What's up, YouTube? Shawn DaGamer here, and let's talk Monday Night Raw. The first Raw of the new year. It was January 2nd, Monday. Happened last night. And to put in perspective how much I cared about this show. First of all, if you want to hear my full thoughts on this show, please use the links down in the description below. There should be one entitled JD from New York. If you want to hear my complete thoughts on Raw, please click on my spirit animal JD from New York. And for 44 minutes, he will tell you exactly my real thoughts about Raw. But I can't say those things on my channel because I'm trying to become more quote-unquote PG and things like that. So, to put in perspective how much I cared about yesterday's Raw, I woke up at 8:45 p.m. from one of my high naps. I was like, oh shit, it's 8:45. These are my exact words. I want you a high nap. I woke up from a high nap. I'm like, it's 8:45. I got 15 more minutes before Raw comes on, so I can get settled, set up everything, and start live tweeting. Remember, it's 8:45. 5 minutes later, I shake the cobwebs out my head. I'm like, oh shit, Raw's on now. And I woke up, and the first thing I click on when I put on my little when I click on that Comcast remote, boop, WWE Monday Night Raw. Because you got to cringe a little bit every time you say it. It clicks, and next thing you know, 1, 2, 3, Carl Anderson is pinning Cesaro. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Carl Anderson is pinning Cesaro. And after I saw that, I don't know what's going on. I tweet out, just waking up from my nap. The hell is going on? Carl beat Cesaro. So, I go back, I look through Twitter and see what I missed. Apparently, I missed some opening segment. I missed the normal stuff, really. Apparently, Kevin Owens got his own show, the Kevin Owens Show. We'll talk about that in a second, maybe. Because this might just evolve into a rant. I'm letting you guys, this is going to be a rant. Because I feel like Raw owes people. Raw owes Sami Zayn. Raw owes Kevin Owens. Raw owes Cesaro. Raw owes Paige. Raw owes Sasha Banks too. And how do you repay these belts? Repay these debts, I should say. I would say by giving them belts, but they diluted the belt so much they don't really mean anything on Raw. Oh yeah, and Raw owes TJ Perkins. Raw owes TJ Perkins the most. TJ Perkins came into Raw hot. Cruiserweight champion. Just won the CWC. The hottest thing they did all last year. And that man comes out to no reaction. No reaction. TJ Perkins. I love TJ. A lot of people around the internet call him Toe Jam. Tearjerker. But TJ Perkins is like one of those young vets. He's like in his early 30s. Like 31, 32. He's a young vet. He's been in the game for a long time, and he's so good and so clean about in the ring and what he does in the ring. He's so good, but he gets no reaction because Raw killed him. Like most of the cruiserweights, that if your name isn't Neville or Gallagher and barely D. Brian Kendricks, and because they're starting to kill D. Brian Kendricks, Raw owes the entire cruiserweight division. Just get all of them off Raw. And when I say they owe them a better opportunity. Like Sasha Banks will be a great heel on SmackDown. Sami Zayn could be a great babyface on SmackDown. Cesaro and Sheamus, they can just be a great tag team as they are on SmackDown or individually on SmackDown. And I know I'm saying SmackDown because SmackDown is the better show. SmackDown is the better show. Yesterday, I literally was like, okay, I'm feeling better. I can record. Let me sit down and do my Raw pre-chat for a couple of minutes. You know, they advertised a couple of things. Let me talk about it. But as I sat there and made the video, I was one of those people. I was going to be one of those people like, we're going to give Raw a fresh start. We're going to give Raw. It's 2017. It's the first Raw. It's the first day. Literally kind of the first day. It's the first Monday of 2017. We're going to start this off fresh. And I'm glad I missed the first 45 minutes because the next 2 hours and like 20 something minutes, because there was a little overrun because of the Kevin Owens show and all that stuff, I'm glad I missed it. I would have went right back to sleep, to be honest with you. I had more fun arguing with the missus via text and things like that over some stupid stuff than watching Raw. I literally paused Raw just to start an argument with the missus just to be more entertained than Raw. Because of Raw. Sasha Banks, such a great heel in NXT. They brought her up knowingly she was going to be a baby face, of course. You know, everybody loves Sasha Banks. She's on the main roster now, but eventually she should have been heel. She should not still be on Raw, first of all. They should have split Kevin Owens. They owe Kevin Owens. I said they owe Kevin Owens. They owe Sami Zayn. They owe Sami Zayn the Rumble. They owe Sami Zayn the Rumble. They owe TJ Perkins a whole new outlook on life when it comes to the WWE. They owe... Who else they owe? They owe Bayley, because Bayley's like pretty much almost there with Sasha Banks, where she was so hot on her come up, and now she's starting to become like complacent and like just there. Oh, it's Bayley. Like you remember Bayley versus Nia Jax for the title and how hyped that was? And now we got Bayley versus Nia Jax for #1 contendership, and it's like, oh, I'm tired of watching this match. What happened? I don't get it. And then Sasha Banks, like I said, they owe Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks can be a great heel on SmackDown. I still say you switch her and Becky Lynch. It's time. I know it just happened, but it's time for both of them to switch. And both of them needs to be heels. Becky Lynch nor Charlotte, I don't like either one of them as faces. Both of them work better as heels. I mean, Becky in a face role is better because SmackDown is just an overall better product. But I feel like Becky Lynch could be a way better heel because I missed out on her heel NXT days. So, because I was really about to say her heel NXT days in NXT. But I missed out on her heel days in NXT. But I got to see a glimpses of Charlotte and of Sasha Banks as a heel during her feud with Bayley. And I love that Sasha Banks. And they owe Dana Brooks a whole new career because they call her up too early. And where the fuck is Emma? It's a whole new year. I'm not going to be asking when it comes to SmackDown where the hell is Eva Marie. No, I'm not going to ask that. Even though I still want Eva Marie versus Naomi at WrestleMania just for the interests alone. I'm going to keep saying that. They owe Sasha. They owe Dana Brooks. They owe TJ. I said they owe Sami Zayn the goddamn Rumble. Last man standing tonight. It was okay. But it wasn't anything to ride home about. Like, this whole Raw wasn't anything to ride home about. And then we get to the ending. Can we just fast forward right to the end of Raw? Where we had the Kevin Owens show. The best thing about the Kevin Owens show was the set itself. When they first got out there, they sat down. And they had the heavyset guy, you know, with the Kevin Owens show sign on his head. That was great. I love the setup for that. Because if Kevin Owens... You know, if this continues, that's perfect. That's perfect. They can get like a mannequin, like a heavyset mannequin to do that. But that is perfect right there. And then, of course, Goldberg came out doing his normal shtick. Jericho introduced himself into the Rumble. Well, he introduced himself into the Rumble, and then him and Kevin started going at it. And then Goldberg came out talking about some, you're first. And I'm like, oh my God. La 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 la. And then who else came out? Then Paul Heyman came out. And he said, my client Brock Lesnar is not here. And which I wasn't watching. He came out, and then Roman Reigns came out, and those two had to stare down. And my heart dropped because all I saw was the dark prophecy. Roman Reigns versus Bill Goldberg for the Universal title at WrestleMania. They even teased it. They even set it up. Michael Cole even set it up on commentary. He said, picture this. In some way, Roman Reigns wins the Universal title from Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. And then you go on the other side of the picture. You have Goldberg going on to win the Royal Rumble. To face the champion at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns. It could be Roman Reigns versus Bill Goldberg for the Universal Championship. And I just started crying. I started crying and I went back to sleep. I'm lying. Because then I watched Bring It to the Table. Because Bring It to the Table, that was kind of fun. Even though it was just, Bring It to the Table was kind of just us. You know, it was the Peter Rosenberg guy, JBL, and what's his name, Paul Heyman. I had that itch, and it got good. Sorry. And it was just JBL and Paul Heyman telling the fans to stop bitching. After all, even JBL said SmackDown is a better show than Raw. But then JBL went into the financials about Raw. And how that the third hour free Raw is pretty much a revenue stream for them. That's pretty much what he said. And then he asked the question, do you think Raw would be better at 2 hours? And even Peter Roethlisberger, he was in the corner. He was like, the way you put it, I understand why it can't be 3 hours. And then Heyman was like, nobody asked you what you thought. Answer the question. Do you think Raw should be 2 hours and not 3? And we were all, and yes. Because I understand revenue. I understand all of that. And he even said it like Space. They talked about everything. Like everything that we've talked about over the past couple of months, they talked about on the show. So like, should a Raw be 3 hours? The whole Goldberg beating Lesnar in less than 2 minutes. They talked about there's a whole bunch of different things like that we normally talk about and complain about Raw being 3 hours. They even talked about did the feud for the past couple of months hurt the women's division, but just between Sasha and Bayley. Now Sasha and Charlotte on Raw. What else did they talk about on that show that I thought was very interesting? They talked about dream matches like AJ Styles versus The Undertaker and things like that. But the whole show was just Paul Heyman and JBL verbatim telling the fans to stop bitching, moaning, and complaining if you're not going to boycott. Well, god damn it. Let's start a change.org campaign. If that's what they want, let's do it. I say I'm about to hit up JD from New York after the video, and I'm about to be like, yo, let's start a petition to make Raw 2 hours again. I just want to see what he says. And let's make a petition to make Raw 2 hours again. And I'm going to tag certain people in it. So, be on the lookout for that. But Raw itself is just bad. Like, I don't know. It's just bad when you don't have anything else to say about it. It's just, the show ended with the dark prophecy, and there's nothing good I can say about that. I didn't catch the beginning of the show. Apparently, Mick Foley was tripping over his lines again. And then, like I said, you had cruiserweight matches that lasted a couple of minutes. Why is Cedric and Alexander and Noam Dar only getting a couple of minutes? And then you had TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendricks. Like I said, TJ Perkins, Raw kills careers. Raw killed TJ Perkins' career right now. Unless they can find some way to resuscitate it and bring it back. I'm sorry. I like TJ Perkins. That's why I'm upset. Sami Zayn, they owe Sami Zayn a Rumble. They owe Sasha Banks to go on SmackDown to get the title and be a Great Heel champion. They owe Bayley. They owe Nia Jax. They owe Cesaro and Sheamus. Oh my God. It's just bad. And I can't talk about it anymore because it's just bad. It's just 15. This is about 14 minutes of me just saying Raw is bad. Raw is bad. Raw is just horrible. And it can get better. The talent is there. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Bayley, Cesaro, Sheamus, The New Day. There was a Titus O'Neil, Xavier Woods match for no reason. For no reason at all. Why was that match on my screen? Enzo and Cass versus the Rusevs and the Jinder Mahals. Why? Why? The talent is there. They just don't know how to use them. Kevin Dunn owes them all. And I'm done. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. But Raw's bad. First Raw of the year, and it was bad. SmackDown tonight should be a lot better. I can't even do my outro. All the links are in the description below. Shawn DaGamer out.